The film begins with a mission led by the NIS, National Intelligence Service, in Japan. They target Dr. Jonas's lab to stop an illegal experiment involving a dangerous serum. While Dr. Jonas and his team try to destroy all evidence, they accidentally leave behind one last sample, which ends up in the hands of the NIS. Jonas's team quickly informs Director Choi about the situation, and Choi makes a plan to deal with it. Choi meets with his spy master, who reveals that all her spies working with him have been killed. She urges him to stop, but he refuses. Before leaving, she gives him some important information: the location and plans for a Swedish portable vault that holds the serum sample. She also tells him that the only person who can open the vault is Mr. Che's daughter, Jagyong, who has dissociative identity disorder. One of her alternate personalities is her twin brother. Suddenly, there's chaos as a mercenary named Tom, who appeared in The Witch Part 2 Huar, breaks into the building, killing the spy master's guards. Choi, however, manages to escape just in time. We then meet Jagyong at her father's funeral, talking to her brother, her alternate personality. A flashback shows how she had to retrieve her father's mutilated body after a safe-cracking job went wrong. Choi wastes no time and hires a thug named Yan Mo-young to steal the vault and get Jagyong to open it. Jagyong's brother is hesitant because Mo-young has a bad reputation as a traitor, but she decides to take the job because of their past history. Mo-young promises her enough money to fulfill her father's dream of retiring and opening a pub in Southeast Asia. During the heist, Mo-young's men and Jagyong successfully steal the vault and kill the NIS agents guarding it. However, Mo-young has a hidden agenda. He wants to eliminate Jagyong to cover his tracks. He throws her off a dam, but she survives with only a few injuries. Before handing over the vault, she secretly takes the serum sample. Nearby, a loan shark and his henchmen are about to kill a woman who just finished paying her debt. Jagyong intervenes, killing the men to save the woman, but she doesn't show much concern as the terrified woman runs away. Meanwhile, the NIS is furious about losing the serum sample and is worried about how a powerful figure named Paul will react. Their chairman instructs Director Sa to set up a meeting with Choi in hopes of striking a deal. Choi, on the other hand, is busy covering his tracks. He instructs a middleman to kill Mo-young and his team once they get the vault. It's revealed that Choi and Mo-young know each other well, and Choi is the one responsible for forcing Mo-young into running a restaurant on the outskirts of the city. However, Mo-young is smart. He anticipates the middleman's betrayal and kills Choi's moles as he prepares to disappear. Elsewhere, Choi meets with one of the professors involved in the serum program and updates him on the situation. He assures the professor that Jonas and his team are safe and promises to move him to a secure location. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, a similar serum experiment is being conducted, but their results are poor because the serum must be injected directly into the brain. Choi's version, however, is more dangerous. It spreads through contact with skin or mucus. Paul, the head of the Philippine project, watches footage from the raided lab and sees a South Korean test subject violently reject the serum and explode. Paul, who is working with Tom, interrogates the spy master's men and orders Tom to execute them. He then decides to travel to South Korea to clean up the mess that Choi has made. Next, we see Villager entering the forest, where he is attacked by a humanoid monster. However, as the sun rises, the monster explodes, and its blood lands on the villager, infecting him with a dangerous virus. Lim Sang soon arrives at the village and finds it strangely empty. It turns out that someone has paid for the villagers to leave on an all-expense trip. Posing as a reporter, Lim questions the wife of the infected villager, who stayed behind to care for her husband. The infected man's eyes are red with blood, and when Lim shows him a picture of a test subject, the villager panics. The photo matches the monster that attacked him. To prevent the virus from spreading, Lim kills both the villager and his wife, then burns their house. As he departs, he receives his next mission, to eliminate Mo-young and his men. Meanwhile, Jagyong arrives at an underground clinic, where she passes out after offering money to be treated. Once stitched up, the doctor takes her money as well as the sample she was carrying. He contacts someone named Song to sell the sample, but the call is intercepted by both Choi and the NIS, who send teams to capture Jagyong. A group of thugs arrive at the clinic first and kill the doctor. Ja-gyung is confused at first, but soon realizes they are the same people who killed her father. Though outnumbered, she kills them all in a brutal fight. Flashbacks show how Mo-young's men had stabbed and shot her before throwing her off the dam. After the fight, Ja-gyung argues with her brother over what clothes to wear, but she eventually gets dressed, puts on her mourning bow, and takes the sample. She escapes just in time as another group of men arrives, including some from Choi's team. Choi then adds Ja-gyung to Lim's target list. Meanwhile, Lim tracks down Mo-young's right-hand man. He kills the man's girlfriend and forces him at knife point to drive off as he continues his mission to take down Mo-young's group. At the same time, Choi meets with Director Sa at the NIS. Choi pretends not to know much about the serum program, while Sa hints that Choi will be caught once the investigation starts. However, Sa offers a deal. If Choi returns the serum sample, he won't be held responsible. Choi realizes that the NIS is under pressure from Head 1, a major sponsor, and that they plan to remove Choi's team and hand the program over to Paul, who will run it under Head 1. Choi refuses to cooperate, and Sa threatens to destroy his Black Ops team. Despite Sa's threat, Choi remains unfazed, as he has already arranged for Lim to kill his own people and has personally killed the professor involved in the program. But after the meeting, Choi's confidence fades, and he looks troubled. Though he maintains his image as a respectable NIS director, it's clear the situation is weighing heavily on him. We then see Lim torturing Mo-young's right-hand man for information. During the torture, Lim casually talks about his own life, revealing that he's supposed to be retired but still works secretly to afford his expensive train car. Once the man reveals Mo-young's location, Lim kills him. Meanwhile, Choi's men try to open the stolen vault, but discover that the code has been changed. It was Ja-gyung who altered it, as she is determined to find Mo-young and take revenge. At Mo-young's abandoned restaurant, Ja-gyung loses her stolen car when a police officer comes by, but she quickly steals another car from a naive driver. At the same time, the Vice Minister and Director Sa from NIS meet Paul, who has arrived in Seoul. Paul is furious that the serum sample has been lost, especially after providing resources to take over the project. We learn that Choi has been leading a secret group within the NIS for 40 years. The Vice Minister has long wanted to take this group down, but since he failed, Paul threatens to destroy Choi himself. Paul gives the Vice Minister an ultimatum: either support him or protect his family. Ja-gyung, meanwhile, reaches the hideout of Hangom, an arms dealer who works with a Russian gang. The Russians act rudely, but Hangom is scared of her. During their conversation, Ja-gyung learns that her father was killed while working with the NIS. Hangom is so afraid of her that he almost gives her a gun and bullets for free. However, just as she's about to leave, two of Hangom's men try to attack her. Ja-gyung quickly shoots everyone and stabs Hangom, as she knows there's a bounty on her. Hangom insists he wasn't going to betray her, claiming the bounty was placed by Mr. Song from Paradise. Ja-gyung doesn't care and demands to know Mo-young's location. Hangom reveals that Mo-young is in Busan, and Ja-gyung kills him before leaving. Elsewhere, Choi meets Paul by the riverside. It's clear they've known each other for over a decade and have always been rivals. Paul brags about killing Choi's spymaster, Madame Guan, and says that Choi won't be able to do anything with the sample. He urges Choi to hand it over. Choi, however, pretends not to know about the sample, while Paul hints that he will take drastic action if the situation isn't resolved, as he risks losing his job. In Busan, Lim storms into Mo-young's apartment, guns blazing, but Mo-young isn't there. Lim kills everyone else in the apartment and leaves. Shortly after, Ja-gyung arrives at the building. One of her personalities wants a cigarette, so she stops in front of a group of smoking bullies to take one. Afterward, she heads to Mo-young's apartment. As she's about to enter, she crosses paths with Lim, who recognizes her. He's unsure whether she's the target, but she dismisses him, thinking he's a missionary, and walks away. Lim watches her on CCTV and realizes she is indeed the target. Inside the apartment, Ja-gyung finds everyone dead and leaves. Downstairs, Lim is about to follow her, but is interrupted by the bullies. Ja-gyung beats them up before disappearing, and when they take out their anger on Lim, he easily defeats them as well. Meanwhile, Director Sa and the Vice Minister discuss Paul's actions. Director Sa is frustrated that Paul has detained Choi, but the Vice Minister believes Choi deserves it, as he has been part of a secret group working on nuclear and bioweapon programs. The Vice Minister explains that Choi is ruthless, having killed killed most of his own people and reveals that the serum program is designed to create an army of superhumans. Even the Pentagon and the Chinese government are interested in the project. At that moment, Choi is being interrogated by Paul, who threatens to kill everyone in the inner circle if the serum sample is not recovered. Paul has learned that the program is called the Tyrant Program, which is designed to develop superhuman abilities. He is also amused by the fact that Choi killed his own professor, who helped create the program, and arranged for Dr. Jonas to be killed while transporting the last sample to the NIS. The interrogation turns into a debate, with Paul accusing Choi of endangering world peace, while Choi defends the program, arguing that if countries like China can work on bioweapons, South Korea should be able to as well. Just then, they receive news that Mo Yong has been found. To their surprise, Mo Yong is casually eating in the NIS cafeteria, completely untouched. Director Sa believes Mo Yong can be their key to officially investigating Choi and bringing him into custody. Shortly after, we see Ja Gyung arriving at Song's headquarters. She's known him for over a decade, and he explains that placing a bounty on her wasn't personal. He also reveals that he was asked to place a bounty on Mo Yong as well. While Song won't say exactly who's behind it, he hints that it's someone connected to the government, possibly Choi. Suddenly, Lim shows up and kills everyone except Ja Gyung, holding her at gunpoint. Ja Gyung admits she knew Lim had killed Mo Yong's men in Busan because he smelled like gunpowder and blood. In a tense moment, both pull their guns and fire at the same time, but they manage to dodge each other's bullets. They engage in a brutal fight, and both are injured. As they pause to catch their breath, Ja Gyung reveals that her only goal is to kill Mo Yong. Lim receives a message from Choi's men saying that Mo Yong has resurfaced and there's trouble. Lim proposes a temporary team-up to find Mo Yong first, and Ja Gyung agrees. Later, when one of Paul's superhuman agents, called an alligator, attacks Ja Gyung, Lim manages to kill him. However, during the chaos, the vial containing the dangerous virus breaks, and Ja Gyung becomes infected. She confesses she stole the sample to force Mo Yong to pay her. Lim feels sorry for her and prepares to kill her, knowing the virus is deadly. But Ja Gyung's brother makes a deal with Lim. Meanwhile, Director Sa is transporting Mo Yong to a safe location, but they are intercepted by Paul's alligators. One of them, Tom, rips open the car and kidnaps Mo Yong, while Choi is taken hostage by Paul. The rest of Paul's team heads to the base, where Choi's Black Ops team is stationed. Tom effortlessly defeats the guards, only to find the vault open but empty. Furious, Paul assumes Choi is tricking him and begins killing off the last of his own men. Mo Yong realizes Ja Gyung must have taken the sample. Ja Gyung and Lim fight their way in. Choi gives a victorious speech, but Lim cuts it short by shooting Paul in the head. Ja Gyung, now stronger due to the virus, battles Tom. Though Tom is highly trained, the Tyrant virus makes Ja Gyung even stronger. She manages to kill both Tom and Mo Yong. Lim shoots Ja Gyung, but she barely feels it. Choi turns on bright lights, causing Ja Gyung to writhe in pain. Lim explains that the virus becomes harder to control over time and can only be weakened by strong light. Once it reaches the brain, the virus takes full control of the host. Lim shoots Ja Gyung in the head, but she quickly recovers and throws him across the room. It becomes clear that Ja Gyung has maintained control despite the virus reaching her brain. Choi advises her to hide, as the sun is rising and the NIS is on their way. Director Sa arrives at the scene. Finding Choi, Lim, and a room filled with bodies, Choi remains calm, knowing the NIS will cover up the situation. He feels they should be grateful to him for eliminating Paul. However, SA's men are not from the NIS, and Se reveals that he is working for Head 1. One of Se's men kills the middleman, and realizing they won't survive, Lim tries to escape. He's shot multiple times, but manages to jump into the river below. With Choi as the last member of the program, Sa vows to torture him until he reveals the location of the sample. But to protect the Tyrant program, Choi kills himself, leaving Sa furious as he loses his final lead. Meanwhile, Lim, injured and sinking underwater, is saved by Ja Gyung. In a flashback to 15 years ago, we see a young, bloodied Ja Gyung arriving at Mr. Che's house. With nowhere else to go, Che adopts her. It's hinted that Ja Gyung may have been one of the test subjects from The Witch, explaining her superhuman abilities and survival throughout the series. And with that, The Tyrant Season 1 comes to an end.